17 September 2020 Morning Murli Om Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, you have to become the most elevated human beings at this elevated confluence age. The most elevated human beings are Lakshmi and Narayan. Question: which incognito task are you children carrying out with the Father? Answer: establishment of the original eternal deity religion and the deity kingdom. You are carrying out this task with the Father in an incognito way. The Father is the Lord of the garden who is changing the forest of thorns into the garden of flowers. There's nothing fearsome in that garden which could cause sorrow. Song: at last the day for which we had been waiting has come. Om Shanti. The spiritual father sits here and explains to the spiritual children. He definitely has to explain through a body. A soul cannot perform any task without a body. Only once at this elevated confluence age does the spiritual father take a body. This confluence age is also called the most elevated age because after this confluence age, the golden age comes. The golden age is also called the most elevated age. The Father comes and establishes that most elevated age. He comes at the confluence age. Therefore, this age is called the most elevated age. It is here that he makes you children the most elevated. Then you go and stay in the most elevated new world. Most elevated means the highest on high human beings who are Radhe and Krishna or Lakshmi and Narayan. Only you have this knowledge. People of other religions will also agree that they definitely are the masters of heaven. Bharat is praised a great deal. However, the people of Bharat don't know this themselves. They say that so and so become a resident of heaven, but they don't understand what heaven is. They themselves say that so and so has gone to heaven, which proves that he must have been in hell before. Heaven will come when the Father establishes it. Only the new world is called this. There are the two things, heaven and hell. People say that heaven exists for hundreds of thousands of years. You children understand that it was heaven yesterday, that it was their kingdom, means Lakshmi and Narayan's, and that you are once again claiming your inheritance from the Father. The Father says, sweet beloved children, it is because you souls are impure that you are in hell. It is also said that the Iron Age still has 40,000 years left. Therefore, they definitely would be called resident of the Iron Age. This world is old. Human beings are in the depth of darkness. At the end, when there is a fire, all of this will finish. You have loving intellects, number-wise, according to the efforts you make. According to how loving your intellect is, you will claim a high status to that extent. Wake up early in the morning and remember the Father with a lot of love. You may even have tears of love. This is because it is after a very long time that the Father has come and met you. Baba, you come and liberate us from sorrow. We were floundering in the ocean of poison and continue to become so unhappy. This is now the depth of hell. Baba has now told you the secrets of the whole cycle. He has come and also explained to you what the soul world is. Previously, you didn't know this. This world is called the forest of thrones. Heaven is called the garden of Allah, the garden of flowers. The Father is also called the Lord of the garden, who makes you flowers into thorns again. Ravan, you children understand that Bharat was a garden of flowers. It is now a forest. Animals and scorpions, etc., live in a forest. There are no fearsome animals in the golden age. They have written so many things in the scriptures, such as that Krishna was bitten by a snake, that this happened and that happened. They have portrayed Krishna in the Copper Age. The Father has explained that devotion is completely different from knowledge. Only the one Father is the ocean of knowledge. It isn't that Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar are oceans of knowledge. No, only the one ocean of knowledge is called the purifier. It is only through knowledge that human beings receive salvation. There are two places of salvation, the land of liberation and the land of liberation in life. You children know that a kingdom is now being established. However, this is incognito. The Father himself comes to establish the original eternal deity religion. All others come in their own human costumes. The Father doesn't have a costume of his own. This is why he is called incorporeal God, the Father. Everyone else is physical. He is called incorporeal God, the Father of incorporeal souls. You souls live there and the Father also lives there. However, he is incognito. The Father comes himself and establishes the original eternal deity religion. There is no sorrow in the soul world. The Father says your benefit lies in just one thing, remembrance of the Father, Man Manabhav. That's all. It is understood when someone has become a child of the Father that the child will receive the inheritance. To remember, Alpha means to receive the inheritance of the golden age, new world. This impure world definitely has to be destroyed. We definitely have to go to the land of immortality. The Lord of immortality is telling the story of immortality to you Parvatis. So many people go on pilgrimages. So many go to Amarnath. There is nothing there. All of that is deception. There isn't even a grain of truth. It is sung, the body is false, Maya is false and the whole world is false. There has to be a meaning to that. There is only falsehood here. This too is an aspect of knowledge. It isn't a lie to call a glass a glass. On the path of devotion, they tell lies about the Father. Only the one Father speaks the truth. You know that Baba has now come and is telling you the true story of becoming true Narayan. Artificial diamonds and pearls also exist. These days there is a lot of show of artificial things. Their sparkle is such that they look even better than the real thing. These artificial stones didn't exist here previously. They came here recently from abroad. When the artificial and the real are mixed together, you can't tell them apart. Instruments have been invented with which you can recognize them. Artificial pearls have been invented so that you just can't tell them apart. You children no longer have any doubts. Those with the doubts don't come back again. So many come to the exhibitions. The father says, now open big shops. Yours is the only true shop. You open the true shop. The very big sannyasis have very big shops where important people go. You can also open big centers. The expansion of devotion is completely separate from knowledge. It isn't said that devotion has been continuing from the beginning of time. No. Through knowledge, there is liberation or day. There you were completely viceless. The master of the world. Human beings don't even know that this Lakshmi and Narayan were the master of the world. There were only the sun dynasty and the moon dynasty. There were no other religions. You children heard the song. Do you understand that that day of the confluence age has finally come when we come to meet our unlimited Father? We are making effort to claim our unlimited inheritance. In the golden age, you don't say, at last the day has come. People here make plans for lot of grain and other things. They believe that they are the ones who are establishing heaven. They believe that students are the new blood and that they will help a great deal. This is why the government works hard on them. However, it is the students who then throw stones, etc. It is the students who are the leaders in causing chaos. They are very clever. They are called those with new blood. There is no question of new blood. Theirs is a blood connection and yours is now a spiritual connection. You say, Baba, I am your 2 months old child. Some children celebrate their spiritual birthday. It is the godly birthday that should be celebrated. Your physical birthday should be cancelled. We will only feed Brahmins. It is this that should be celebrated. That is an impure birth, whereas this is your godly birth. There is the difference of day and night. However, this happens when there is faith. It shouldn't be that you celebrate your godly birthday and that you then go back to your impure birth again. That also happens. They had continued to celebrate their godly birthdays and then they disappeared. These days they celebrate their wedding anniversaries. They think that weddings are auspicious occasions. They even celebrate the day of going into degradation. It is a wonder, is it not? The father sits here and explains all of these things. You must only celebrate your godly birthday with Brahmins. We are Shivbaba's children when we celebrate a birthday. We only remember Shivbaba. The children whose intellects have faith should celebrate their birthdays so that they forget their impure births. Baba also gives this advice. This is only when your intellects have firm faith. We belong to Baba and none other, that's all. Then at the end, we will reach our destination. If you die in remembrance of the Father, the next birth you take will be according to that. Otherwise, those who remember their wives at the end, this is also mentioned in the Granth. It is said, let there be the water of Ganges in your mouth at the end. All of those things belong to the path of devotion. The Father says to you, even while leaving your body, spin the discus of self-realization. Keep the Father and the cycle in your intellects. It is definitely by continuing to make effort now that you will have that remembrance at the end. Consider yourself to be souls and remember the Father because you children now have to return home bodiless. While playing your parts here, you have become Tamapradhan from Satopradhan. You now have to become Satopradhan once again. At this time, you souls are impure. So, how can you receive pure bodies? Baba has given you many examples. After all, he is a jeweler. Impurity is not mixed into the jewelry. It is mixed into the gold. If you want to make 24 karat gold into 22 karat gold, you mix silver into it. There is now no gold. They continue to take it from everyone. Look at the kind of banknotes they make these days. There isn't even enough paper. You children understand that this has been happening for cycle after a cycle. Everyone is fully investigated. People are made to open their lockers, etc. Full checks are made. It is said the wealth of some will be buried. The wealth of others will be looted by the government. Fierce fires will also break out. You children know that all of that is going to happen. This is why you are preparing your bags and baggage for the future. Other people don't know this. Only you receive the inheritance for 21 births. It is with your money that Bharat is being made into heaven. You yourselves will then reside there. You children claim your tilaks of sovereignty through your own efforts. Baba, the Lord of the poor, has come to make you into the Master of Heaven. However, you become those according to how much you study. It doesn't happen through mercy or blessings. It is a teacher's duty to teach. It is not a matter of mercy. Teachers receive a salary from the government. Therefore, they will definitely teach. You receive such a big reward. You become multi-million times fortunate. They show the symbol of lotus at Krishna's feet. You have come here to become future millionaires. You become very happy, wealthy and immortal. You gain victory over death. Human beings cannot understand these things. When your lifespan is over, you become immortal. They have created images of the Pandavas showing them to be big and tall. They believe that the Pandavas were very tall. You are those Pandavas. The difference is that of day and night. People are not that tall. They are only 6 feet tall. On the path of devotion, there is first the devotion of shivbaba. They can't build a big image of him. Can they? First, there is the unadulterated devotion of shivbaba. Then they carve statues of the deities and they make very big idols of them. They make big images of the Pandavas. They make those idols so they can worship them. The worship of Lakshmi takes place once every 12 months. The worship of Jagdamba, the world mother, takes place every day. Baba has also explained you are doubly worshipped. I am worshipped just as the soul or the lingam means the oval image. You are worshipped in the form of saligrams and also as deities. When they hold a sacrificial fire of Rudra, they have so many saligrams created. So, who is greater? This is why Baba says Namaste to you children. He enables you to attain such an elevated status. Baba tells you such deep things. Therefore, you children should have so much happiness. God is teaching us to make us into gods and goddesses. We should thank him so much by staying in remembrance of the Father. You will have good dreams and you will also have visions. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, celebrate your godly spiritual birthday and maintain your spiritual connection, not a blood connection. Cancel your physical impure birthday. It should not even be remembered. Second point, prepare your bags and baggages for the future. Use your wealth in a worthwhile way to serve Bharat and make it into heaven. Give yourself your tilak of sovereignty with your own efforts. Blessing. May you put on the switch of awareness and experience the bodiless stage in a second with your loving intellects. Explanation. Where there is a love for God, becoming bodiless is like a game of a second. Darkness is displayed as soon as you put on a light switch. In the same way, when you have a loving intellect and you put on the switch of awareness, the switch of awareness of the body and the physical world is switched off. This is a game of a second. It takes time to say Baba, Baba with your mouth, but it doesn't take any time to bring Baba into your awareness. The word Baba is the soul conscious bomb with which you forget the old world. Slogan. Remain beyond the mud of body consciousness and you will become a double light angel. Om Shanti.